Van trip across South Australia, part 1. So the first night I flew into Adelaide, went down to Glenelg Beach and had a beer at the little beach bar underneath the Ferris wheel. The next day, I went for a drive through the city to have a look, on my way out to a place called Morialta Falls, which is about 30 minutes out of town. This is called the Giant's Cave, and it's along the walk out to Morialta Falls in the Conservation Park just out of Adelaide. The locals look friendly, so I thought I'd stop and ask if they had any spots that we should check out. With a quick scratch, I had some new best friends. South Australia holds the title of being Australia's driest state, so it wasn't really a surprise to me when I got there and saw more of a Morialta cliff. However, being so close to the city, it's definitely a nice walk, and who knows, you might just get lucky to see the falls. In the next episode, the van trip across South Australia really begins. After checking out Morialta Falls in part 2, my mates and I thought we'd go have a look at Cape Spencer Lighthouse, which is directly west from Adelaide along the Yorke Peninsula.
All them vague decisions keep you jaded.
This is where I linked up with the bull and the adventure really started. That morning we woke up with the intention of just a cruise and really give ourselves time to take in the scenery of a beautiful place that we weren't really used to. Check out part 4, where that evening we stay at Moonta Bay to catch the barge over to Port Lincoln the following morning. Van trip across South Australia part 4, Moonta Bay and the barge to Port Lincoln. We got on the barge at Whyalla and just kicked back for the trip. It took us about 2 hours to get across and saved us about 6 hours worth of driving. Hey mate. Couple of dogs? No dogs. We landed in Lucky Bay on the Eyre Peninsula, drove through Port Lincoln on our way out to Fisherman's Point. Check for part 5 where we stay the night. Van trip across South Australia part 5, Fisherman's Point and Wattle Lookout. Good squid. Look at that. Good squid. Oh. Good squid. The next morning as we left Fisherman's Point, we checked the map because we wanted to have a look at something. And sure enough, on the map there was a place called Wattle Lookout, so we said yes to that. Someone fucking sent it. Don't miss part 6 where we stay at Coffin Bay and get a taste of some of the local delicacies. Van trip across South Australia, part 6. Located just 30 minutes away from Port Lincoln, Coffin Bay is on the southwestern extremity of the Eyre Peninsula. As well as having great fishing and diving, Coffin Bay is really famous for its blackclip oysters, arguably some of the best in the world. My first stop was to Oyster HQ, where here they run guided tours of their oyster farm. Strap on a pair of waders and try some of the freshest oysters you'll ever have straight from the water. You'll also learn a little bit about their life cycle and how to shuck and prepare oysters like a pro. It takes around 10 months for the oysters to reach their standard harvesting size of around 7 centimetres. I'm a sucker for a Kilpatrick, and these oysters were just so nice and delicate. The flavour was really fresh, it was absolutely delicious. Keep an eye out for part 7, where that afternoon, the bull and I find a beautiful little bay, we jump in the water for a dive in search of another delicious mollusk, the abalone. So after a feed of oysters, we had the taste for seafood. We got a hot little tip of a nice little bay of where we might be able to find some. This is apparently the spot to get abalone. Holy fuck!
Yeah, bro, the old summer suit ain't gonna cover this one.
Yeah, holy shit. We made friends with a little banjo shark along the way. With a quick tickle of his tummy, we let him go and kept making our way out in the hopes to find some abalone.
We got fish! Come on, boy!
Van trip across South Australia, part 8.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Yeah, boy! Green lip motherfucker!
I've got a feed.
2 abalone here, 2 in the trunk.
It's fucking abalone up.
Oh, show me what that tongue do.
In part 9, we're going to tantalise your taste buds and cook up a seafood banquet for dinner. Couple Coffin Bay oysters, go with a couple Coffin Bay abalone, with a couple Queensland fuckheads.
I'm not gonna take you.
Yeah, you just gotta talk to them real nice.
You're okay.
Still in their shell, or did you chuck them?
Nah, they're still in the shell.
Oh, sweet. Okay, what you should do is grab them and find a nice flat rock and smash the shit out of them whilst they're still in a shell.
Bit of Barossa Valley, fucking into it, cunt. Good red, that. Good red.
Good red.
Good red.
Sometimes they can just be absolutely like butter, and sometimes they can be a little tough, depending on how you've handled them. Like sometimes, I reckon if they're tough, cut it thinner. If they're like, if you can feel that they're a bit soft in their flesh,
Yep.
cut them a little thicker.
How the fuck do people actually work out that you eat this part of the fucking abalone?
If we cut it real thin,
Bash the fuck out of it.
Van trip across South Australia, part 10.
I would just say a bit of butter and garlic. A lot of people do.
Come have a Shiraz with us,
How
buddy.
surreal is this? This is epic, man.
How's that? Look at that sunset. Wow. Get the muesli. Get the muesli. They're fucking not happy. Sunset. Just got an awesome drone shot. Benny's still playing with his kangaroos, but we've browned the bacon off now. Sizzling. So that's just perfect. We'll chop this abalone in and get it cooking. Van trip across South Australia, part 11, the taste test. Benny's got the goods.
Get a bit of that. Get a bit of bacon. Alright. On. Then that smoked Tabasco up behind you. Good.
Put a bit of abalone on top, I reckon, too.
I do too, man. Just smoked Tabasco. Piece of abalone.
See how that goes for you. Oh, you're making me jealous.
Right.
Good?
That's on point.
Fuck, get me into one.
Alright, we'll get you to dish you one up.
And we're out. Thank you, Coffin Bay.
Right, that water's so
That's where the trip begins,
Where
mate.
it starts, mate. Just here.
Thanks, mate. See him. We're on.
Set up.
And I've got the fucking...
Oh, the flatty flogger.
Got the flatty flogger. Loch's Well, named after a driller who bored a well there in the 1950s. The well is still in existence today, and the beach is famous for its excellent surf fishing, and the views from the stairway lookout are breathtaking. Salmon fishing, South Australia.
That's the cast. You on? Come here! Oh, that's a good one!
He's got some weight on the flatty flogger.
Get him in!
That's a good fish. The flatty flogger and the salmon slapper, cunt. Woo! Fucking hell.
Still peel and drag.
Still feeling, bro. Here we go. Here we go. That's him. He's getting barreled.
Oh, what'd you see?
Oh,
What'd you see?
he's a good fish.
Straight out of the back of that wave. There he is. He's a donkey!
On the flatty flogger.
That's a donkey!
It's a stomp, cunt.
Woohoo!
Fucking flatty flogger and slapping salmon.
Easy as that.
So as we're leaving, old mate down on the beach just got another one. Good on him. Fucking Lochswell Point, eh? Lochswell Beach. Good job, mate. Off strong. Good place for a salmon.
He's up me!
Guys, check this out. We've just pulled up on our way to Cactus Beach and we found this salt lake. It's wild. It's pink on one side and blue on the other. Benny's just got the drone up. Come check it out. Here we find ourselves oceanside after a unique perspective of travelling South Australia in a van. We thought we'd celebrate and smoke a J, and the results are as follows. I hope you enjoy the outro.
So, yes, marks the end.
Yeah, celebratory trumpet, and then you go, it's like you fucking saluted the trumpet, man.
So the moral of the story is don't smoke a J before you do an outro, because you'll stitch yourself up and press stop when you think you're pressing record. But that was our South Oz van trip. Hope you enjoy our perspective of things. It was sick to go down and experience a bit of the country that I hadn't seen before. They're pretty tight around their locations, the South Australian people. They didn't really want too many people knowing these places. But if you're interested in being a visitor down there, I definitely recommend you go have a look, because it is some pretty beautiful country. Why not do what we did and hire out some vans? It's a good way to see it.